Hello there, all my YouTube people. This is my second attempt at this video because my cats stopped the first attempt. So first off, I wanted to thank all my new subscribers and everything. My channel's been growing and all that, and it's been very interesting watching it grow. It's been difficult putting out all the content that has been required for that, but I think I've managed to put out a good chunk of content every week, and I'm going to attempt to keep doing that. Now on to the video. I have an errand that I have to run every couple of weeks, and I went to do that errand this morning. I was there when the place opened at about 9 o'clock. Went and did that errand. After I got done doing this errand, I went by the local fuel station, the QT over here at the corner, and I started just not feeling well. And before long, I was sweating buckets. By the time I got back home a few minutes later, I had like a full-on fever. Just not good. I mean, I could tell I was hot, I was sweating, I didn't feel well, I was very shaky and everything like that. And just did not feel great. And I didn't take my temperature, but I just knew I had a full-on fever. I ate a little bit of food, and then I crawled back in bed, and I basically stayed in bed till almost 3 in the afternoon. So there's that. I had a very weird kind of morning and early afternoon, and I still didn't feel huge great when I got up. I was still noticeably kind of running a temperature. So I then, kind of late in the afternoon, got a phone call from the employment agency that I got this job through. And this is really what this video is about, because she didn't have what I would call particularly good news for me. I don't know if it's because I got this job through an employment agency or whatever, but if any of you out there have gotten jobs through employment agencies, let me know about this. But I basically there have been a lot of hoops to jump through. I had to apply for the job through the employment agency's website. I then had to call the employment agency and make sure that they looked at my application. I've actually been hired for this position before, but it just didn't go to completion then. And make sure that I was going to get looked at. Then I had to do a video interview with somebody at the employment agency. Then I had to go to the employment agency in person for an interview. Then I had to go to the actual site for an interview. Then after the interview, and I got selected to be moved through, I still have to go someplace to do fingerprinting. They didn't mention a drug test, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be a drug test somewhere too. And then I also have to send in my employment history for a third time. There have been just a lot of hoops to jump through for this job. So the person I've been communicating with at the employment agency ends up calling me at 6:12 in the evening, which is technically after they close. So It's kind of weird that I got a call then. But it was her. I know her. I've spoken to her a lot. Um, and she asked me if I would be able to start with this place November 8th. Now, when I was initially applying for this thing, she did say that usually it was in October, sometimes November, sometimes even September. Okay? And, you're always hoping you start earlier than later. And ever since I went for the interview at the job location, I've had some trepidations because it's very far away. Although I have the option to work a 5x8 schedule, in order to reduce my fuel costs and free time I'm giving work every month, it makes more sense to go out there on a 4x10, which means pretty much giving 12 hours of my day to work. I have read some reviews since then, and a lot of people are saying to avoid this place like the plague, despite how well it pays. And again, I had to sign a non-disclosure agreement. That's why I can't be real specific here. So I've had my trepidations anyway, and now it doesn't start till November 8th. And I mean, I'm lucky that the owner of this RV park hasn't evicted me from my lot already. It was really discouraging to hear that. And then she tells me, then she tells me I have to submit my work history again. And it's like, this is like going to be like the third or fourth time I have had to do that. You guys have my resume. It's been altered. It's been edited for you guys' purposes. Why do I have to do this again? Why can't you guys do that? And then I have to make an appointment to actually go and get my fingerprinting done. So I suppose that there's still a chance I could get told no. Like if my background check doesn't come back sufficiently or something like that. Although I've been very honest about everything I've been involved in that regard. It has just been very, very frustrating with this. Because it is a good paying job. But again, the fact that it's so far away kind of really eats into your hourly pretty bad. If you were going to be picky about it, you could figure this job down under $13 an hour. If you were going to be really picky with things like your time getting ready and fuel and vehicle maintenance and commute time every day. So, I've had some trepidations, and now it's like you don't even get to start into your training class until November 8th. And it's like I need something sooner than that, and because it seemed like I was only going to have to nurse this into next month because they kept making it seem like it was going to be October, I haven't really been applying for stuff as heavily. I've kind of taken a break from applying for other stuff because all that's really very discouraging. So, that's where I am with it. I was really kind of excited because I was thinking, might only have to wait, just a few more weeks, and now it's going to be more like 6 or 7. And like I said, I just don't think that I can I just don't realistically think I can wait that long. I told her to go ahead and sign me up for the class just to be on the safe side, and I'm going to go do the fingerprinting and, submit my work history again. But, you know, it's getting very discouraging. I also applied for food stamps recently, and allegedly I got approved, but I have to fill out one more form, and that form was supposed to come with my card. And the place where I have my mail sent, I just asked them about it, and they said that I did get something with a form inside that I have to fill out, but there's no card with it. So it's like now I have to fill out this form. I have to take it to my local office, and I seriously doubt they're going to be giving me my card right there. I'm probably going to have to wait for it in the freaking mail, And I need food now. It's like I came to the realization last night, and I realize he's a representation of most people, right? But I was on the Peanuts wiki last night, and I was reading over Charlie Brown's personality, and I am frickin' Charlie Brown. In every way a person can be Charlie Brown. I mean, I guess I've kicked a football more than him, but in almost every other way a person can be Charlie Brown, I'm Charlie Brown. Nothing seemingly ever works out for me. I have issues with confidence that occasionally cause me to procrastinate. I tend to overthink everything. I'm intelligent. I'm very intelligent, but most of the people that consider themselves my friends and even my family seem to think I'm a fucking idiot. I'm not. I've ceased to be good with women, and it would be questionable whether I really have ever been. I can play the guitar. Probably a lot of people don't know that about Charlie Brown, but he's a guitarist. I lost my hair. I'm losing my hair prematurely. I like to sit and contemplate life quite a bit. I have a very limited number of friends who actually are good friends. So yeah, I'm Charlie Brown. I actually like Charlie Brown. I think he's a decent guy. I'm not trying to give Charlie a hard time. But and I read a quote by Charles M. Schultz last night, and he kind of made a good point about how Charlie kind of represents like the everyman, because sometimes he has a victory, and it's like that for most people. Most people are a lot more familiar with losing than winning. I'm really familiar with losing. And I don't necessarily think I've lost in this, but the two things that were going to really make my life a little bit easier, other gainful employment and, the whole food stamp situation, have now been pushed back even farther. And I don't know, I'm just not sure. Sitting here tonight, having received all of this information this afternoon, I'm just not sure where almost even how I feel about it, which is another Charlie Brown thing. I mean, sometimes he just has to concede to the defeat, right? There are times where he gets really upset, and he occasionally voice like or why me, he does sometimes get a little exasperated at the situation, but for the most part he just takes it on the chin and moves on. And if he does win occasionally, it's like, it's like icing on the cake. So I got that news and I was still feeling a little bit feverish, and I thought, you know what? I'm going to go and I'm going to try and walk this fever off. So I went over to High Oak Park here in Arlington, which I don't live real far from. I walked down there and walked back, so that's a couple miles, and then I did High Oak Park, the long track, 5 times, which is about 4 miles. So I try and walk that 6 miles every day if I can, at least while I'm not working heavily. It can be hard to do that if I work that day, but I basically, walked 6 miles with like 100-degree fever, and afterwards felt better. Felt quite a bit better. I'm a little warm now, but I feel like for the most part that kind of nipped it in the bud. Anyway, I just wanted to give you guys that news. I am sorry about my gatos kind of being a little frustrating during this video. Anyway, Goemon Ronin signing out. Thank you for watching the video to the end if you did, and please consider subscribing to my channel. If you decide to dislike a video of mine, please leave me a comment as to why you did so. I feel like I deserve a chance to try and change your mind there. Have a good night. Goemon Ronin signing out.